What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another early afternoon in the Brew Lab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And this afternoon, in the Brew Lab, I'm coming at you with the deck that got me to Mythic last season. It is also very nice to be back in front of the camera. I've missed you all. I hope you had a fantastic break. Christmas holidays, New Year's thing, whatever you did. I know I have. I've spent the last month skiing up in the mountains with my family, or snowboarding to be specific. Amazing time. Could have been a little bit more snow, but was enough. We still went almost every day on the pistes. My little 4-year-old got really into it, which was kind of the whole point of the mission. So, mission accomplished. And, I still played Magic and kept up with all of the news and announcements off camera. The new set is looking absolutely amazing. So now I've come down from the mountains. I'm in this house in Parma where my in-laws are from for the next 2 nights, which will include the set release day. So I've asked them to look after my son for a night. He's going to sleep over at his grandparents, and I am going to have a 24 hours to just record, Call of Mana content. And I've got so many fresh brews bubbling in my brain. I cannot wait to show you. And that is going to buy me a bit of buffer time where I'll have pre-recorded content so that on the 7th, when I fly back to Indonesia, I have a bit of, I can land, get rid of my jet lag, set up my whole recording thing. Also, I'm going back to work, so there's going to be a lot of work stuff that I need to catch up on after a month holiday. But yes, like I said, so with this little bit of a buffer, that should not be a problem, and then I'll get back to a more regular recording and uploading schedule as usual, so stay tuned. But since, it's just one day, as I'm recording this, one day away from new set release day, I didn't have much cooked up that was really, wow, featuring any cool new stuff from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Everything that could have been done has been done. Anything worth doing has been done. So I thought, let's just revisit old stuff and see what little tweaks I've made. And I think it'll be particularly interesting considering the fact that this is the list that I used to get into Mythic while mostly playing on my phone last season. So, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. And of course, it's a filthy red deck. Where is it? Filthy net deck, I beg your pardon. Filthy net deck, mono red aggro. But this is my take, okay? I've put some stuff here in the sideboard that I wanted to discuss. Because there's many versions, because the card quality is really high. I've seen, versions with the 4 Phoenix chicks, of course. I've seen the Charming Scoundrel, 4 ofs in many lists. I've seen some people play up to 2 Chandras sometimes for a little bit of potential extra card advantage. There's, of course, also the still quite popular, more burn-based version with Mechanized Warfare. So there's so many things that you need to really decide which way you kind of want to go. And I've seen lists that really focus their entire strategy with mono red on triggering Goddric Celebration. So they have full playset of Goddric, and then a lot of these things like the Charming Scoundrel, which puts 2 permanents on the battlefield just by itself, or Squee, Urabrask Forge is another popular option. Of course, the Monstrous Rage with the roll token. But I didn't want to go just that way. I wanted to have a bit of other angles of attack in case, the opponent just go for the throats your Goddric and you don't draw another one. So I've brought in 2 of my favorite mono red cards, which I think are criminally underplayed in mono red. Invasion of Tarkir and Shivan Devastator as a couple of each, down from my previous sort of 3 each. But just, this additional attack strategy can be game ending. And let us not forget that Goddric turns into a dragon when you trigger the celebration, so it'll also trigger the Defiant Thundermore's ability. You just have to do the celebration before you attack. So there's some good stuff going on there as well. Opted for 1 Forge, but it's been so good that I may end up going trim 1 of something else and just go 2 and 2. Because the Forges are actually really nice, especially against more controlling matchups with the Sweepers. You can still continue to apply pressure after a Sunfall. And then 3 Witchstalker Frenzies, because there's so much Sheoldred, of course. Otherwise, nothing special. I don't need to talk for hours about this list. We all know what it does. I just wanted to touch upon those slight differences that I think make it better, at least for the way that I play it. And I do consider myself to be a pretty good mono-red player. So let us jump into some games and see how it holds up on this early season sort of platinum. I think I'm in platinum 3 or something. I just started last night, kind of grinding a tiny bit before bed, but today's my first full day of the season where I get to grind. So fingers crossed, no streamer's curse. Kumano's on turn 1 every time. Nah. Well, that's good enough as well. I wish I was a second red land. That's the only gripe I have with this hand. On the play. Like, what is there to complain about here, people? Other than potentially another red source instead of the Foundry. Okay, but Feldon on 2 is then just great, unless we really want to get rid of this thing, because it does... I mean, we can still... He can only grow it 1 more counter next turn, so we can wait. He won't block here, obviously. And then if we do get a third land... Aha, so it's the cookies deck. Well, at least we can get rid of one of them. Nasty, nasty deck. Really nasty deck. Alright, so, I mean, we're forced to do this, really. Can't have those things getting out of hand in size. As well as gaining that, you know, the opponent life. Because that is really the only way they have of doing so in the deck. Oh, what am I talking about? Then they got Tough Cookie, which makes a food token and is food. This is not an easy deck to beat, I promise you. I have a bad feeling about this. Nice, man. Alright, I mean, what can you do? Game 1. Looks like it's going to go to the opponent. At least Feldon can keep swinging. Was, you know, deceptive, this card. I initially thought was kind of rubbish, but it's similar to just like a creature that has Death Touch in a way. Like, you don't really want to block it. You don't really want to burn spell it. Would love a third land, you know, just throwing that out there. Go Squee into Goddric. We may still be able to squeeze a win out. Okay. Decides not to crank up the Surge engine. So it's still just got Defender. So 1 more Lightning Strike would just... Okay, at least we got a third land. Alright. So now the real question is here, do we even swing with Squee? I don't think so. We get to play this until the end of our next turn, so even if we're tapped out, it's perfectly good. Oh wow, options are plenty. I think land, so we can go Goddric, Squee, Monstrous Rage. Still not a game-ending play, but I want a Monstrous Rage on my Squee to kill whatever blocks it. Let's see if he swings with the Surge engine. That would be interesting. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, it's scary. I think we kind of, oh my goodness, have to kill the Surge engine or we die. And then we can just hold up the legitimate business person over here to block the Sentinel. Because we can with the Witchstalker's Frenzy. Oh no, we can't. Alright, let's see then. Let's see. 4, 5, 6 we're taking, right? Maximum. So we still have a chance here. I think we have to do this. We have enough creatures in the yard to, or you know, things in the yard to bring back the Squee. And pay 1 extra for the Goddric activated ability when he's a dragon. Okay, this thing can just gain him 2 life. That is really bad. Nice. This deck, man. So resilient. 6, 7, 8. He's got me, dude. Okay, no, we can kill... No, he's got me because of the freaking Siren. That's it. I mean, really. I don't think I can kill him this turn, but we can give it a try. We die anyway to the Sirens. Oh, we win. We win. We win. Amazing. It's because it's a when it dies. Oh, thank goodness. I'm so happy we got that one. I was convinced. Let me just reread that might. When it dies, you gain 2. Why didn't that save him? What is the reason behind that? I believe it's not like life gain or lifelink on a creature where it happens. Yeah, there wasn't enough time. He was already dead. I guess that's it. Please let me know in the comments the actual... I believe that's a badly worded way of saying... you know, why that happens as it does, but cheers. My host has just returned. He may pop his head in the door. Miguel Sebastian. Nah. Much better. Much better. I mean... probably should have killed that. Now it's just that turn 2 freaking 6/6. Yeah. Hmm. 2, 4, well, if he blocks, we get rid of the 6/6. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna take out this ramp guy, little mana dorky. What's the removal spell they run called? There we go. Triumphant Chomp. No swings. Wow. Not enough. I think this is probably one of the worst matchups, especially if we just keep bricking like this. It's a bit ridiculous. What do you think the chances are he's got another Triumphant Chomp in hand? Ah, or just that. Nice. This Dino deck is definitely really explosive. It's capable of some ridiculous stuff, but somehow it just hasn't quite, like, if you look at the untapped stats, it just never quite took off. It's always sat near the bottom if it's there at all. I'm just trying to get... Yeah. Like, even all the way down in bronze here, nothing. Doesn't even show up. No dinos. No dinos. I mean, yes, it's the beginning of the season. Very minimal stats, but this Ban Toxic is very interesting to me. I want to check that out. Sorry for this brief stats interlude, but I mean, just no dinos. And yet, I do lose to them quite often, especially with Mono Red. I mean, a turn 2 6/6 is not the best, you know, it's not easy for Mono Red to get around that. Guild Pact Master. Bring it on. It's on like Donkey Kong. That is just the top deck I wanted to see against Ramp. Third land, so I can just apply pressure all the time. Now, the question here is, and it's always the same question, Adversary or Swifty Boy? Think probably Adversary is better. They anyway usually have that. Okay, that's fine. The Black Virtue. Discarding Jace. What's going on here? I guess I have seen a few, you know, Ramp players jamming out a Jace every now and again, like maybe 1 or 2 copies. Then the games go really late and they can try and like mill you or gain some card advantage. He's probably also playing Breach the Multiverse. Would be my guess. Aha! Why, hello there. The Exile is going to be fantastic. Because Slogurk doesn't like that. Bye! And no lands to bring back. Probably go Squee first. Test the removal. Maybe he wastes one now on Swifty Boy. And then if the removal doesn't come out onto the Squee, then Goddric. And that should win the game. 2 fingers crossed, baby. Ah, crying out loud. Why Glisser? Of all the things. At least he can't swing with it. I mean, but that is really the last thing I was expecting. Now I have just no idea what's going on. Just random 5-color cards. So what? He blocks the Squee. We still get in for 4, 5, 6, 9. Sure. I'd rather just hold out for a removal spell, honestly, but Mono Red is behind like this. It's not a good place to be. Behind in terms of tempo, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Come on. Malcolm. I really just have no idea what the hell's going on at this point. Final card in the opponent's hand is a... I shouldn't have played that land, just to threaten some sort of removal. Maybe he's got a, like a Tameo safekeeping or something. For the Malcolm? But I'm okay with you blocking with a Malcolm, honestly. The only issue here is I'm losing a Squee. 100% to Glissa. It's pretty much just guaranteed. Right? I mean, surely. I don't understand what the whole thought process was there. Alright. So now we need one more thing in the graveyard for us to be able to rock a Squee. So, you know, the best thing ever would be just a freaking... one of our many... Ah, if you mill me, I'm happy. Doesn't go for the mill. Won't swing either, though, I bet. I love this card, man. Just out of nowhere. So sorry. I'm gonna continue to apply pressure. Now who are you gonna plus onto? And minusing is just gonna give you my Squee back, and then you'll lose. So, you do you, mate. You can find a way to trigger Goddric now off the top. Bye! I feel a bit gross playing Mono Red, considering how much I complain about it, but I like playing it, unfortunately. It's boring. It's a little bit boring now, because it has just been that Kumano turn 1 for so long. But it hasn't been this good since Embercleave and Torbran and Bone Crusher Giant. It feels that oppressive, and that's good. It's even putting up results in best of 3 in certain tournaments. Like, the people that play it well, I remember watching Marcio Carvalho play like a mirror, and he was on the draw, and was so behind the whole game, and then managed to just somehow, with nothing, he had like 2 lands. Couldn't believe it. Phenomenal player, that one. I mean, it's not terrible. I've seen better. Deciding which hand to keep in Mono Red is also super, super important. But yeah, 2 Lightning Strike is nothing to complain about. Doink. Big green stuff. Topiary Stomper, Spelunking. So if he puts a cave down, he gains 4. That's pretty sucky. No caves. No caves. 5 mana. Could be anything at this point. Scrappy. What's up, Scrappy? He's got like Tameos. What? Really? Alright. Sure. Okay, so I can still swing. Kills neither. Obviously blocks the bigger one. So now we can go for the Play with fire. Yeah. We don't need another one of those. We need a Squee or Forge. Oh no. Oh no! 6/6. That's our limit. But if he blocks, we can kill it. Aha! I can even crew this, because it's 3 creatures attacking. I mean, not crew, but you know what I mean. Mono Red Master. Let's go look at some of my Mono Red stats. I'm actually curious. I haven't checked them in a little while, but I played this into Mythic last season, and I changed some versions and some stuff, but it's really mostly been this. Arriba. Alright guys, I gotta cut it a little short, but we got time for one more match and some stats. So 60%, 58 for 38. It could be a little bit better. But this latest run has been very nice. Had a 4 for 1 earlier, and now another 4 for 1. I mean, that's pretty telling. Final match of the night, and then I'll see you guys for Murders at Garlov Manor. There's a Gruul card that I'm... The Mole God? Ordzrog or something like that? Mwah. Okay, this just needs a 3rd land, and I'm pretty happy with this one. Of course, a 1-drop, blah blah blah. But this is trying to again. Now we see if Tarkir is worth its place in the deck. And you never know. We could top deck a 1-drop. Mono Red is good for that sort of consistency somehow. It's just the most consistent deck. Okay, the mirror. We're on the draw. This isn't an easy one, but we're ahead on cards by a lot. On it. Hyperoxide. I see him wrong. Oh, what are you doing, dude? Stop next to me. I mean, you know, we don't have a 2-drop, but still. I'm actually a huge fan of finding a 3rd land now, playing Tarkir, getting rid of whatever he plays, and then just going into a swing with Kumano and Goddric into the Tarkir and immediately flipping it. Oh, and then slow rolling, which is great. No 3rd land, but we're still just going to kill this damn 3rd. Just because reasons. I'd rather not have another place for him to put a Monstrous Rage if I can avoid it. I don't see him bringing that back from the graveyard anytime soon. Where's the Goddric? Now that is a problem. 3rd land. Ah! My goodness. Alright, at least we got another hasty guy. And then we can use this next invasion to flip this one. But we could just be dead. Yeah. Wow, that's an interesting choice. A tap land that you have to pay 5 to activate in a mono red aggro list. I have a feeling this guy's playing from mobile. Okay. Not even. I'm gonna actually just hold back like a Kumano. One extra blocker for good luck. One more land, even, would just be really nice right now. Double lightning strike plus a swing should probably do it. But if we, or we go Tarkir and try and get another Thundermaw going. I mean, not try, we will immediately. But I'm just too worried about what's going on here. Not enough. Woo! Okay. So, math time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Sorry, my friend. Not today. One. And just to finish in style. Win the mirror on the draw. Tarkir definitely making the difference there. Ending on a 5-for-1 streak on camera. At the 32-minute mark. Just shy of 35 minutes. I think that's pretty amazing. My lunch has been cooked. So I need to go and join my host for lunch in the dining room next door. So I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. But as far as any final thoughts, I think I've done enough talking about this list. And now I leave it up to you. I open up the comment section down below for you to let me know. Do you think I'm crazy for not playing the Phoenix Chick? Why don't I have Scoundrel in my deck? It's so good. And, you know, what do you think about Chandra or Mechanized Warfare? What do you think of my take? Slightly different take on this very popular deck right now. I'd love your thoughts. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be seeing you all in the next video with some fresh Call of Mana brews. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.